Hey everyone, welcome to day 7. Another day. It's a Sunday. It's a weekend for us, but we're staying consistent, doing the things that we need to do. TJ's continuing with outreach. I'm continuing with building systems and making sure stuff is ready in the back end and getting prepped for these first customers to come in this week. So let's go ahead and jump into day 7. We'll see you guys in there.
Hey, what's up, Savages? Day 7, let's go, baby. Hey, it's Sunday, so I just wanted to show you guys that I spent a lot of time today is getting caught up in groups and stuff. And so, obviously, like all these groups, right? But I've added a bunch of groups. I'm getting ready to start joining them, right? Getting them locked in. And so, hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, we got way caught up on getting into groups because remember, we're going to be replacing some and this and that. And really not so that much. It's just once you get in these groups, we're going to want to be active, right? So once you kind of narrow that, and it doesn't have to be, obviously we're building a huge list, but we're going to be using that list to kind of pick through and see where the most action is, because you guys will be able to see on the graph, all right, what groups are we posting? What groups are getting the most action? Because this one has been popping up. This group right here has been popping up on my feed a lot more. So when I see a post, I'm just going in there and commenting really quick. So different groups are going to give you different responses and different feedback, right? Some of them you're just going to be able to post and nobody responds to anything, and that's okay. It doesn't matter as long as we're doing the work. I think that's super important. So obviously we did our non-negotiables today. We've added a lot more groups. We're doing the 10 comments and 10 posts. We got all that done. And then the 20 points of one like, one comment on Facebook businesses too as well. So that has been just plugging along, right? Man, we've got all these locked in right here for today. And then we're going to start, obviously, we have a lot more since we got in a bunch more groups. Remember, in those groups, you'll have access to a lot more businesses and a lot more people posting and see they're reposting their business. So those are businesses that you can add to the list, which is fantastic, because if those businesses are posting there, they might be in there. They might be a little bit more familiar. That way, when we get into DMing and stuff, we'll just kind of see how it goes. But dude, we have a lot of things in the pipeline, which we'll talk about kind of our end-of-day report with Cade. We'll just talk more about our end of day and kind of getting ready for this week, because we have a lot of things in the pipeline. Guys, it's Sunday for us and we did not take the day off. We worked because we want to show you guys hey, what's possible and all that jazz. And it's not a big deal. Kate and I love to work, man. We're on this cool mission to show you guys $0 to $10,000 in MRR in 30 days. So again, if you guys have any comments, I know I keep saying it, but it's true. If you guys have comments, post them below. We're happy to answer them. And we'll move over to Cade's going to show you guys some stuff that he did today. And then we'll just wrap this day up. And then this week is going to be action-packed. You guys you stay locked in, because we're going to give away. You guys are going to see the good, see in the weeds, hey, what we're doing and how we're actually getting clients and all that stuff. So super exciting. Thank you guys for following along. We'll keep rocking and rolling.
Hey, what's up, guys? So day 7 here for me. This is Sunday. Now, I don't really have anything necessarily to show you, so to say. Everything that we've kind of gone through up to this point on my side for the back end, mapping out systems, planning systems, building them out, etc. That's really what a lot of my week has been. And then, of course, coordinating with TJ to make sure that, when he has something that's coming in, we're making sure we have the right systems to help ensure that customer comes in with a good experience, etc. Now, one thing we do have a couple, we have one case study coming in that we sent out the information to, get his customer list and stuff. So we sent that out actually here today. So we do have our first case study coming on board. And then also too, we actually should have a paying customer for the software here tomorrow. And so, tomorrow, obviously, we would be getting them their onboarding form and things like that. So again, I don't really have a ton to show you. You've seen a lot of what I've been doing right now behind the scenes. Now what we're doing is we're just focused more so on continuing to improve those systems and processes. But I just want to reiterate that when you're mapping things out, realize that whatever you map out and build in the beginning, those things will change and they will evolve over time, especially as you open up new services or you are getting ready to hire team members, etc. And so that's why a lot of what I've shown you up to this point we map those things out and build those things out, uh, working to keep the future in mind, right? We try to plan ahead for those things, and to try and think through like, okay, we need these different things in place, so that way, when we do get to that point that we're ready to hire teams, we have these processes, we have these systems, and even just having some SOPs that people can follow along with. So right now, we haven't necessarily built out any SOPs. It's really just been mapping systems, building systems. And then what's going to happen is as we actually start to onboard customers, which you'll start to see, and that's what, once we have that first customer come in, paying customer, and even with this new customer, we'll start to show you guys like how we plan and map out like SOPs to be able to train other individuals and people to be able to pass off that work to someone else. And again, that could be you hiring someone internally. It could be you hiring a freelancer or someone off of Fiverr that's just going to come in and help out in your business on as like an as needed basis or something like that. But that's where having these things mapped out, planned, processed, really come in handy. So that way it makes it really easy to transition that over to someone else and help train them up so they know exactly how to do things within your business. And they also know how to do things the way that you want them done. So, again, I don't really have much to share with you here today from my side. But as soon as we start having some of these customers come through the pipeline, and once we get this information back from this first case study that we just sent off their form for them today, then I'll be able to start showing you like how everything's moving. I'll be able to show you kind of more live examples and stuff like that. But other than that, it's just now we're focused on setting up more systems for outreach, so that way TJ has more power behind his back and just keep rocking and rolling. So we'll see you guys for the end of day recap.
Hey, what's up, guys? Day 7 fishing up. It is a Sunday for us, right? And so, what I just kind of showed you guys today is how we were getting prepared for the week, right? I got a really good jump on finishing our day-to-day tasks today. Instead of like I told you guys, is like we've been kind of balancing some stuff with Kate and I do that every day with our other business and this and that. And so, I got a good jump on it today, and I showed you guys is like, man, I made a way big list of groups. Kind of got caught up on that. And man, we're just getting prepared for this week. We have a lot of really good things in the pipeline. A couple onboardings, all that stuff. It's really exciting. There's a few people that are excited. They reached out like, "Hey, perfect. I want to do this, but I'm on vacation," or "Hey, I'll be back in town in a few days. Hey, I need some help with this." I think that's totally great. And also some different comments from some different groups. I've kind of mentioned this too, guys. Is you know, I'm getting kind of close to a point where I can't. It's not that I don't I do my tasks for sure, but some of these random documents, meaning random posts that I'm doing or random comments, reply to comments, or it's just coming in my feed, right? Comes in my feed. I'm like, oh, we got to get, all right, cool. I got to hit that. You know what I mean? And so we're just adding value posts. Like, I think it's really, really good. There's a lot of people that are asking about marketing in a lot of these different groups, and I'm not selling them anything. I'm just giving them an idea of like, hey, this is what we do. And then if you have questions about that, like, happy to expand further, happy to go in depth. And one thing that I do mention in these posts, guys, is like our database reactivation, our review system. And I think that's huge. Like, that's been a game changer for our business. If you want some more details, just let me know. So
Yep.
I'm pumped. Like, we're finishing off Sunday today, super strong, going into Monday tomorrow, which is going to be day 8. So yeah,
Yep.
man, let's go.
Yeah. And what you guys will also see too is like there's going to be ebbs and flows throughout this whole thing where like there's going to be days where, things are just like look like they're blowing up and we have tons of people coming through. Like, TJ will have, and then there'll be days where like, especially with TJ doing a lot of the outreach and stuff and the exposure side of things, um, you're going to have moments where like it feels like you're just doing the work, doing the work, doing the work, and you're not getting a lot of responses, you're not getting a lot of feedback. But then it will just like then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, everyone's getting back to me, and that I have seen that happen time and time again in all of my companies, especially when you start running ads. Like when you get to that point, you're running ads, man, you'll have like a week where you get a whole bunch of leads, but nobody answers the phone. And then all of a sudden next week it's like everybody's picking it. Like it's like everyone you call, they're picking up the phone, you know? Same thing happens even with this cold outreach and the way that we're going about it right now. Like TJ getting out in the group, sharing value, building connections, and even looking for some people that we can just, do some free work for to get some testimonial videos because those are going to be huge, right? And then on the backside, like it's building out the systems. Like you're seeing a lot of stuff that I've just been building, mapping out, walking you through the purpose behind those things. Like yesterday, I showed you the cold email system that we started building out to add to what TJ's doing. So that way now we have, um, now we have additional outreach. We have another source that we can start potentially getting more customers, more leads through. So uh, just know that sometimes it's going to feel like you're doing a lot of work and nothing's happening. Right. TJ and I have seen some people already coming through that want to be part of the case study. We have some people that we're going to have to follow up with, that he's following up with this week that, we're waiting on some stuff from them / they're busy. And some of those might turn into sales, which I believe they will. I'm pretty confident that they will, just because the fact that TJ's already provided value, he's built trust there. And I know that timing can also be a factor, but just know that that is just part of the process too. If you ever run into that where you feel like, man, I'm reaching out to people, I'm talking to people, I'm having conversations, just note that there's going to be ebbs and flows, and you're going to have times where everyone's ready to go and times where it's just not ready. People aren't ready. And keep in mind too, that maybe always a good chance to reflect too on what you're doing, like, TJ and I were talking earlier, and what he mentioned, he's like, man, I'm watching our videos that we're putting out just so that I can learn and see how I'm doing things. And then he was also like, I'm going back through my posts, and he's like, I have this one value post that I've rewritten like 7 times, right? And that's okay, right? You should study what you're doing. You should pay attention to the things you post. You should pay attention to the content you're recording or the emails that you're sending out cold. That you should be studying those things, looking over them, taking the time to analyze them, the results you're getting back from it, so that you can improve. Because some of your lack of results could also just be that you haven't quite developed the skill that allows that machine that you're using to work, right? That is part of it too. You have to learn the skill of sales. You have to learn the skill of outreach, and you only get better at it by actually doing it and then taking a step back and being like, all right, how could I have done this better? How could I have improved what I said? How could I maybe not sounded like I'm a salesperson trying to pitch them something? How could I have sounded like I'm a more genuine, more authentic, more real, sharing value, wanting to help, right? Like there's just you have to take a step back and look at those things too, and realize that you're going to constantly be evolving, your skill set, and eventually you'll get so good that it'll just be really small tweaks. Like in the beginning, you'll make massive jumps, massive gains in that progress, but eventually it gets to the point where you get so good at it that then it's just like it's the small things. Like how can I make this little thing better or this little thing better, right? So, um, yeah, man, it's just we're going through it, we're working through it. You're gonna have the ebbs and flows. Don't let that get you down. Just keep going and
I think
keep.
it's awesome, man. Like you guys are seeing me kind of not, I wouldn't even say struggle, just learn some things about groups. Like they've put some restrictions on some groups, man. I haven't been in groups in a while, and they are like really picky about how getting in some stuff, which is fine. Like, but it doesn't, you guys do understand that you see in the videos, like it doesn't bother me. Like there's tons and tons of groups. There's
Hmm.
tons of them. Like it's
Yep.
crazy. So you can't really let that get you down or whatever. Like, oh, I'd like to, it doesn't matter. There's tons and tons of groups. Some are going to be hit and miss. Like, I think it's just like what we're showing you guys is the action. Got to be doing the action.
Hmm.
The It's like a proven deal that the business is going to show up as long as you're doing the action.
Yep.
And so I'm excited that we're just showing, of course, like as always, I'm excited that we're showing you guys this. Um, it's it's great. It's totally great. And I'm excited, man. Like we're only 7 days in.
Yeah.
Only 7 days. This is
Eh,
nuts.
yeah. And some people might be like, "Oh, day 7, you don't even have a testimonial video, or you don't even have a sale yet," right? But the reality of it is this is a brand new business. We're starting from scratch. Nobody knows who we are. No one recognizes the brand. So we have to build that credibility in those relationships. And, like we've seen in some of our videos over the last few days, is like we have some connections now that for sure that could end up turning into decent sized sales towards that 10K goal that we have over these first 30 days. And again, we're only on day 7. Like we still got 21 more days, a little more than that, actually, 23 more days to go. So yeah, who knows? Who knows where we'll end up, especially once we get that first sale and then we can start pumping some money into ads. Then we'll really start seeing some stuff kick up. So yeah, it's just the beginning, guys.
Cool. Let's keep rocking and rolling, guys. Into day 7. We're gonna fire it off tomorrow. We got a lot of stuff prepared for tomorrow and really just this week. So and a lot of stuff in the pipeline. So we're gonna do a lot of follow up. Ooh, I forgot to tell you, I did get a DM from somebody that I haven't talked to in a very long time. That he's like, hey, we need to talk. And he has a very large business. So I completely forgot about that one. That's another one, another good one. So um, it's just putting yourself out there, man.
Hmm.
You guys don't want to put a restriction on anything that we're doing, right?
Yep.
As long as you're learning, like what Kate said is exactly what I've kind of been telling you guys. I'm learning how to get better and better and better in a very short period of time. I
Hmm.
think those ones that can self-correct the fastest are winners. You know what I mean? So don't feel like
Yep.
that, oh, I'm not that good. Yeah, but you can get that good, okay? You
Right.
totally can. And you can get better. You can get better than us.
Yep. Oh, 100%. And I think that what you just said is a great point too, guys. Like, don't forget that you have a personal network, and there might be people you haven't talked to for a really long time that, you know, if you know people that own a business that or are doing something that you think you could help solve a problem and get paid to do it, like don't be afraid to reach out to them. But furthermore, like if you're just starting to post the content and the things that you're doing as well every day, you're gonna have some people on your friends list that are it's gonna pop up on their feed and go, "Oh man, I haven't talked to that person for a long time. What's he do? Oh wow, this seems cool. I need to reach out to him and see what he's up to." Right. So you'll have that type of stuff happen. But then also too, to take that a step further, don't be afraid to ask your network if they know anyone that owns a business. Right. I don't think we've really even touched that yet. Like it's just been straight groups and getting in touch with actual businesses. So like we haven't even really touched that part of it.
It's true.
So just another thing to keep in mind, guys, while you're going through this. And TJ will probably show you some of that here along the way. But again, our goal is to show you straight from scratch, none of our resources, but your personal network can be a valuable resource. So don't forget that too. So other than that, TJ, anything else for day 7?
I think that's about it, man. As always, baby, I'm
Heck
excited to rock and roll. So,
yeah. All right,
you know,
everyone. We'll
I think
see you
it's guys,
guys.
we're just keeping a good attitude too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, even though it hasn't been all sunshine and
Yep.
rainbows, you guys see me get kicked out of groups and people saying spam and on my posts. And who cares? Nobody cares.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. We're going to keep going.
And trust me, you'll start to care a lot less too when you're doing the stuff. Like when you're doing the stuff, you start to care less about what other people say too. Like so just take the
It's
action,
true.
guys. But all right, everyone, we'll plan on seeing you guys for day 8. Stay tuned.